Good evening, everyone. My name is Won Beom, and I'm the CEO of Bloco, as introduced by him. Uh, Bloco is a startup focusing on providing a blockchain development platform for enterprises based in Korea. And I'm here to share our story because Bloco is actually, curiously, one of the few companies that are actually working with actual customers interested in adopting blockchain in the real enterprise world. Before we begin, let's just recap what blockchain is. I'm sure you are already familiar with the whole concept, but so blockchain is a new way for organizations and individuals to share and store their important data. And it provides interesting features such as immutability and permanent storage of data. And it's a really new way to build applications, and especially a new kind of applications called decentralized applications, which is a big change from the traditional way of building apps by building client-server architecture and centralizing trust. And I think we are lucky to be doing business in such an innovative era because just 8 years ago, the word blockchain didn't even exist, but we are talking about it like crazy every day. And today we believe blockchain is leading the next internet revolution, as tested by the number of startups and organizations building innovative and new technologies based on it. And in coming years, blockchain is going to be important aspect of our lives, and most of our those in the financial industry as well. But as you can see, there's a problem as well, because the way they are talking about blockchain on internet and press is very different from the real life adoption, because as one of the few platform providers enabling building and adopting blockchain-based applications, we had the chance to actually work with quite few real enterprise customers, and we learned the hard way that we have to make new processes and ways for them to adopt the whole technology. Despite the fact that many people are really crazy about the blockchain technology itself, but they are still very unfamiliar with the way blockchain works, and decentralized apps are built on it. And as a result, we had to educate and introduce new ways for actual customers to adopt blockchain technology. So let me tell you about a story that we learned the hard way by trying to provide a blockchain-based authentication system to one of our clients. It's a regional bank in Korea, and we successfully built a blockchain-based PKI, public key infrastructure system, into their existing banking infrastructure. And I'm going to share the whole story. Okay, so the first thing we faced, the first problem we always have to face is that the degree of unfamiliarity that people are with blockchain and decentralized applications itself. We always have to answer questions like, what is a blockchain? And then we have to proceed with the benefits and changes it provides. But in a way, we just accept this as just how innovative and new blockchain is, and we think that whole situation will get better as more and more blockchain-based applications and systems are built on it. So this is a definitely a problem, but not something that we can actively do about before the time solves it. And as you try to provide your SDK and actually try to install some blockchain-based systems onto your client's systems, you have to face the cold hard fact that the enterprise world is very different from her blockchain scene built on OSS because on enterprise environment, it requires a myriad of application platforms, including Java, Android, iPhone, and web, which means that you have to be really inclusive in terms of technical support. And at the same time, because this enterprise, you need libraries and cryptographic suites that you can actually trust and hand out to your clients. And since the whole blockchain technology itself is pretty new in a sense, there isn't a standard way to integrate with existing legacy systems. But in a way, you can build upon Bitcoin and the ecosystem around it to solve this problem. But definitely, this is a case to solve. Okay, and there's another interesting problem. Since the blockchain itself is still new in the enterprise world, it means that we have to undergo a variety of compliances and evaluations in order to be adopted and considered as a usable technology. For Bloco, we had to literally pave the way for our customers to even start thinking about adopting the blockchain technology, and it required huge time and resources. So it took some hard effort with both tears and sweat, but we did it, and we have a running client with blockchain technology integrated with it. Legacy systems, and their customers are happily using it, and it's very stable. But we realized that the whole process is hugely inefficient due to many reasons, and for blockchain technology to be thoroughly popular and disruptive, we realized that there are better ways to make it popular and implemented it in real world. Okay, so one way we can do is definitely education. As a startup focusing on blockchain technology, as much as we are spending talking to our customers about our products, we are spending that much time into educating them on her new technology and their new concept as well. And in a way, we believe that such an education effort could be more organized by different blockchain companies or organizations, and we could make a wake-up call to our customers about how useful and like how blockchain works. And as a more realistic solution, we definitely need a standardization of engineering access because, as I mentioned, since blockchain itself is pretty new in terms of enterprise adoption, we need a dependable and a standard way to utilize engineering access, and a guideline or perhaps some kind of specification could be created for different platforms and OSs to utilize blockchain technology and integrate with existing modules or solutions. And another important fact is that we need standard ways to build applications as well, because, for example, there are a million ways to do authentications on blockchain, but a common standard could benefit many implementations as well. For example, FIDO Alliance provides a useful and trusted way to build authenticate devices using biometric and user knowledge. And perhaps we could see a standard protocol like FIDO in the blockchain world to build better apps and specs. And that could mean that instead of building individual applications or services and hoping for customers to trust or security evaluations to pass, we could work on a common standard to be evaluated and studied. As we studied authentication further, we realized that something like FIDO Alliance could be formed to benefit different blockchain application providers. For example, FIDO provides common specs for architecture, protocol, and API, but at the same time, it provides common resources and events to further education as well as some kind of certification to help people better trust their applications based on the common standard. And I think we could learn a lot from a standard like FIDO to build better blockchain applications and ecosystem as well. So what could they benefit from such a standardization effort? Obviously, we could get away with much effort as well because there will be no more redundant security reviews or bureaucracy, which means that we can spend more time and resources on innovation instead of meeting or crafting documents. And in a way, we could educate our customers better as well, since there will be more familiar to the common technology and experience. And since a common standard or specification can be reviewed by different people independently, a more secure and robust implementation could emerge as well. And of course, we could achieve more credibility because it's much easier for people to trust a known name than different implementations. So after finishing our project, we really realized that what we should be doing is instead of building different apps or hoping for customers to adopt technology, we really need a better way and a concerted effort to further the cause. And we are approaching the cause with different ways, such as open sourcing our SDKs and applications, as well as the standards and application infrastructure we built. And at the same time, for the regulatory and bureaucracy stuff, we have been paving the way as well because we went through much trouble with the local authorities in Korea and as well as security force. I see that future blockchain applications will see much easier time adopting their technology and talking to the customers. So we really hope to contribute to the cause. And at the same time, for the application size, we have been working with tinkering with the idea of integrating the FIDO UAF itself with blockchain technology as well. And we have been crafting open standards and sharing it on the internet. And it includes an effort on building a general smart contracts specification as well. It could get a bit technical, but simply put, we are trying to share our knowledge on building applications and hopefully finding support from the community and other organizations to consult the effort as well. And we really hope that this could be a wake-up call for different blockchain application providers and startups to accelerate their adoption of the blockchain technology. Yeah, so this is it. and I'd like to answer any questions if I have.
You mentioned that you provide this service to the regional bank. So
Yeah.
from the regional bank's viewpoint, what is the real value from the blockchain that cannot be obtained from the fast ID online or some of the competing technology of asymmetry, advanced encryption system, or any standard secure hash? So what are the real value from the blockchain?
Well, I think one major fact is that by adopting blockchain technology itself and building a software-centric approach to do user authentication, they could get away with working with existing organizations or actually companies that used to provide such technologies. I think the main benefit blockchain provides for such organizations or adopters is that it provides a software-centric approach to solving problems rather than organization or business-driven, which means that their problem can be defined much clearer in as a code or a spec, and they could get away with operational cost interacting with different businesses or even companies.
So in a database encryption, we usually use the hardware secure module, right, HSM. So do you think that the blockchain can replace this HSM? Because for example, in a cloud, Amazon Web Service, it's very hard to put the HSM on the Amazon Web Service. So do you think it is feasible to use the blockchain replacing this hardware secure module?
Well, one interesting fact that we learned interacting with real customers, because we really expected them to be more dependent on HSMs or more robust technologies to handle cryptographic keys and technology. Surprisingly, they didn't really want to use HSM at all because they wanted a more software-driven way to store and manage their keys. But we suggested them to first because there are HSM products out there that actually already provide blockchain cryptography compatibility. So I think it's not really much of a problem for customers.
So do you think that the software implementation replacement of the hardware security module is PCI compliant?
Well, I don't think it can be really replaced by software. But what I'm saying is that many customers prefer a software-driven approach as well. But I think blockchain is not really meant to replace HSM or existing cryptographic approaches, but rather utilize and complement the usage. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Well, thank you very much. That was Mr. Won Beom from Bloco.